So the idea of a symposium such as this is just one of several measures. It's kind of a broad-reaching strategic way to try to develop the department. We have other day-to-day management and supervision and training and whatnot that we address also. There's one way that we're trying to tackle some of the need to fill some of the gaps. The overall aim of this was actually there were three aims: to increase collaboration among the stakeholders of the justice system and other sectors of society that have a role to play in forensics. The second role was, or the second aim was to increase or provide some specialized training or presentations on priority areas, not all areas, priority areas for the department. And the third aim was to provide some outreach to the general public, particularly the university level students, because we want to start to nurture that future generation of professionals that will either enter the justice system as forensic scientists or prosecutors or investigators. No? So the priority areas that we focus on this year, because it's the first annual event, we selected forensic pathology and DNA evidence to be two of the areas where we invited expert presenters from outside country, from Canada, from Washington, D.C., and from St. Lucia, to give talks, focus talks on those topics.
So our lab in St. Lucia is a bit unique. It's very small, but it has the capability of doing everything an international lab has. So we went through that to have the audience understand what it takes to set one up, the costing, all of the little things that you need in terms of facilities, in terms of consumables, personnel, quality, what you would need to set up a lab that is worth its weight in gold, in salt, whatever you want.
Forensic science it's expensive. As Ms. Quinlan had said, running a DNA lab is expensive. And many of the Caribbean governments have economic constraints. Tied into that is that as far as the political prioritization of societal issues are concerned, forensic science and forensic pathology tend to occupy a low priority. There are more important issues that governments think they need to address, rightly so, such as health, education, social services, etc. So forensic pathology and forensic science has tended to remain as the sort of bastard child in government priorities in that regard. So there has been a deficiency, and I would say generally throughout the region, in addition to which, despite UWI-MONA being the only institution that offers postgraduate training in anatomical pathology for doctors in the Caribbean since 1974, there hasn't been an established subspecialty training program for forensic pathology in the region. So many of the island territories do not have a qualified forensic pathologist doing medical legal autopsies. And over the last 2 days, we have been speaking about what are the potentials for miscarriages of justice when you have unqualified persons who are not even pathologists sometimes, doing your medical legal post-mortem examinations. In the criminal justice system, the equivalent risk is miscarriages of justice, meaning that somebody goes to jail for decades wrongfully because whoever performed the post-mortem examination misinterpreted post-mortem artifacts, misinterpreted post-mortem injuries as ante-mortem injuries, and overcalled, and based on their opinion, the prosecutorial arm of the country decided to, bring a charge of murder, manslaughter, etc. You can also have guilty individuals going free because something of significance, although subtle, was missed.